This video is sponsored by Deep Cut Studios. For a wide range of fantastic gaming resources such as battle mats, dice trays and pre-painted bases, check out the description below.
Hi guys, welcome back to TNG Productions. My name is Tom and I'm joined by
Ian.
Side by side. We don't have to change.
I know.
We've actually
so
been
exciting.
vaccinated and treated, and yeah, this is our first battle report in like a year?
At least, yeah, certainly for Walking Dead.
Yeah, we've definitely gone for Walking Dead first because it's an old fail-safe and it's lovely fun to record.
It is.
You are bringing something new.
I am, that's why we chose Walking Dead, because we've got the Whisperers to come. It's the first time they've been on the channel and we are really excited to see what they play like.
They've got really cool mechanics, haven't they? They can kind of move walkers around out to the herd. I'm going to bring the Saviours because I've not really used them before, so that's going to be really interesting for us. Now, obviously, I hope you guys have all been safe during this pandemic and have taken care. It should go without saying that this is not going to be rules accurate in any way, because how the hell do we even record, let alone play games? But never fear, because what is your new role?
I have now joined the rules committee for The Walking Dead.
He sold his soul. So, every mistake that we make is in fact errata.
And yeah, and I've got a feeling I'll just take the blame for this from Tom throughout the day.
So there we go, I'm bulletproof now. This is the carte blanche. This is great. So anyway, without further ado, we'll take you to the cruise and we'll see you in a sec. And here is our 250 point game list. We've got the Saviours versus the newish Whisperers.
Yeah, we'll say newish.
Post-pandemic new.
Yeah, well, I actually spent the first lockdown painting up this Whisperer crew. That was my lockdown hobby.
Oh, the first lockdown when everything was free and easy.
I know, it seems like a long time ago.
Yeah,
now.
if anyone doesn't know, we live in the northwest of the UK, which has basically been a barren wasteland during the pandemic. So who have you brought?
Well, I've brought with me the Whisper crew, like you said. I've got Alpha, leader of the Whisperers, who's got an amazing unchallenged leader ability.
Yeah.
Which I'm hoping to show off to devastating effects. I've equipped her with a rusty old sawn off, as she's got on the model, and the camo paint. Supporting her is Beta, the devoted bodyguard, with a machete and a kitchen knife, trying to go as WYSIWYG as possible. Then I've got two Whisper 2s here.
Two Whisper 2s.
Two Whisper 2s.
But you've done some sculpting.
I have done a bit of sculpting. For me, I'm very proud of this, actually. What I decided I wanted to do was try and go as WYSIWYG as possible, and because that pack comes with a sickle card, I thought I'll try and model one on. So what you can see here is this guy has got a sickle, which is adding a red dice.
And you've got that from the Kings of War Night Stalker, so if anyone else wants to do this, it's a good scale switcheroo, should we say.
Perfect scale-wise, perfect style-wise, and it's an easy conversion. I am by no means a good converter or modeler, so if I can do it, you guys can definitely do it. You just snip off the hunting knife, because that's the same model. Believe it or not, you literally clip the knife off, put the sickle on.
Very nice. You painted them beautifully. The neutral tones
Thank
are
you.
really
Thank you
nice.
very much.
So your lockdown was well spent.
It was. They do blend with walkers, though.
Speaking of lockdown projects, actually, because I painted the Saviours during the first lockdown as well, so they are super WYSIWYGs. Negan's got Lucille, he's got a leather jacket. He's not wearing it, but he always has a leather jacket.
Of course he does.
We've got John, he's got a crowbar, which is the worst weapon in the world, but it'll do. Dwight's got a crossbow and a hunting knife, Tara's got a hunting knife, and I had 10 points spare, so I just gave her a first aid kit because she's got like no wounds at all. It's worth saying the Whisperers have a gazillion additional rules to be aware of. They actually come with a separate set of card rules, which, if you want to hear more about them, Ian and I pre-lockdown did a video where we went through the entire crew and explained them. The short one is they have Whisperer and they have one of the herd, which is basically one of them allows them to move walkers around, the other one gives them basically mass scent. Yeah. There are pros and cons to each rule as well, but that's the gist.
And Alpha has an increased version of that with her leader ability as well.
So she can just move everyone in her kill zone. But essentially, if they've got walkers nearby, that's the main thing. And they bring more walkers to the party at the start of the game.
They do.
So we'll go get set up and we'll show you how that looks. And here we are all set up for today's 250 point game. We've got the Whisperers versus the Saviours. And yeah, you might see this board before. We did it for the Sunny and Beam, but I like that. I designed this to be like a versus board.
It's a lovely board though.
And Ian and I have both been like, we want to play on the board. We want to use the house and the train and everything.
The house I really like. The train I just think is super, particularly given it's on the tracks as well. I just think it's a great board, isn't it?
Yeah, and we've got a bazillion walkers because we start with 16. I think, did you roll 3?
I rolled 3 on the blue dice. So
walker, your Whisperer rules of shenanigans.
Listen, this is the first time the Whisperers have been on the channel, so you know they wanted to get the best
really
out of them.
stat the deck. That's it. So we're extorting the amount of painted walkers that I have. Do you want to talk about who you've deployed where, mate?
Yeah, I've deployed my 2 minions here behind the house with the idea of them sneaking up for one of the objectives. There is an objective here off camera. I don't know if you can see that there that they're going to be looking for. The boss man Beta is deployed here just behind the fence, and I've got Alpha here. So I've got my team spread out, but getting in amongst the walkers, hopefully.
We've basically mirrored each other because I've got Tara just here, Negan just staring people down, and then we've got Dwight and John just at the back here. And it's worth saying, There's a marker hidden here. There's one there, and one there. So we've got 5 that we're going to be competing for.
But hopefully I'll be able to get through these walkers unscathed.
Well, is there any tactics for this? Because this is our first time using the Whisperers.
I do. What I was conscious of is I know that there's an issue when I want to run in the presence of walkers, which could be an issue. So I've thought to myself, if I have 2 of my minions here, then one might be able to move some walkers, leaving the other one to then...
Is that like one of the herd ability, basically?
Yes, it is, yeah.
So Ian has got the initiative, so we'll go to turn 1, activation 1, which will start with the Whisperers.
So for my first activation, I'm going to activate Whisperer number 2.
Whisperer number 2. You've not named them.
I've not named them because they're minions, aren't they? They don't deserve
it. I love the idea of like Canteen Day with the Whisperers. Like, which Whisperer is it? It's number 2. Which number 2? The one with the sickle. Yeah,
exactly.
Like he has to carry it around all the time so they know which number 2 he is.
It's the only way I can identify these guys because he's Whisperer number 2 as well.
It really is the post-apocalypse. Like, you're defined by the item you carry.
I wanted a punchy team, didn't I? So let's get all the Whisperer 2s in here. So I'm going to perform a sneak action with this Whisperer, which takes into here. Now this is where the first of the special rules is going to come into play, because this walker is now within my kill zone, so I can spend a separate action now to make this shamble away, essentially.
So this is the Whisperer rule, basically.
It is the Whisperer rule, and it's almost as if it's essentially pointed over there and says, you move over there, which I think is very nice. So this is now going to shamble up.
You're just going to shunt them all over to my side of the board, essentially, is what you're
I
going to do.
may do, I may not do. We'll see how the game unfolds, to be honest. But my whole point here, I know it's spoiling tactics, but I want to get this counter.
Yeah, so you got your supply token ready to go. Love it. Over to me, and lovely lady Tara is going to go first. I say lovely, she's going to just do the thing that she does. She's going to stab walkers. So she's going to just sprint straight away. She's going to sprint around to here. We've pre-measured it to go into base contact with this walker. That will create noise and it will draw the attention. We think this one's the closest one.
It's a bold move. Tom getting a 2v1 straight away.
Well, she's fine. Tara can take it until she fails it.
Now with Whisperer number 2, Knife Edition.
Knife Edition.
It's the best way of saying it, isn't it?
Whisperer number 2, this time it's personal.
It is. I really want to try and get a supply token, actually. So what I would like to do is run and collect it. However, there is an issue of me causing noise here.
Yes, because you're one of the herd.
Exactly. So I have to roll a black dice, and let's see if I'm allowed to do it. I'm not allowed to do it.
He doesn't want to run because there's walkers nearby. It'll draw attention to the fact that he's not actually a walker.
Exactly. So instead, all he's going to perform is a nice sneak action to take him to here, and that supply counter's waiting for us for next turn.
Over to the big boss man then. He is just going to sprint. He's going to get into a decent position. He's going to sprint round to here, which will draw the attention of this lovely lady walker here. And this is because I want Negan to be able to see all of his budding lieutenants when they impress him. He doesn't care. We know Ian and I haven't even spoke about this yet, but we know it's going to be Negan versus Beta.
Of course it is.
Like, that's what this game is. All the other models are incidental, so that's the boss done.
It's time for the Alpha's first activation here, Tom. It is now. I'm not going to run the risk of what I wanted to do before. She's not running, she's just going to perform a sneak action, which is 4 inches. And there she goes. Now, I was trying to get her to land. I pre-measured it off camera so that she could have moved 3 walkers here using the alpha rule, but I couldn't actually get it to work. So instead, she's going to perform a second action to move these 2. This one's out of the range, unfortunately. Now, they don't have to shamble in the same direction. But
no, you don't even have to go the full distance, I don't think.
But I will, because once I get them over to your side of the board.
Feed Tara.
Exactly. So this first one is just going to shamble into the barricade, and this one I think I'll just shamble into the tree.
Lovely. Over to John and Dwight. John is going to go. He's going to do much the same. He's going to sprint himself around to this position here into base contact, the supply token. And that will pull in the interest of this walker. So he is also outnumbered.
You're really going for these walker combats, aren't you?
Just save your lifestyle, isn't it? We'll see how they do.
Right, it's time to activate the Jolly Green G here. Let's see what he can do. So here he goes. Beta is going to perform a sneak action, which takes him level with this walker. He doesn't have a rule like the Alpha does about moving every walker. So it's just going to be a single walker, which is going to direct back towards yourself, Tom. And that is going to take it quite far, actually.
Yeah, we're going to end the first turn with like 80% of the walkers on my half of the
board. I know. When you come out in a moment and have a look at the whole board, the 2 sides of the board look drastically different.
You know, usually we have the counter in the corner of how many walker kills there's been. Like, I feel like this has got the propensity of being a very high number this time.
It does for you.
Over to D White then. He is going to just murder walkers, I think, see if he can. So he is going to move just to here with the sneak action. Now, he has got tread lightly, so he could sprint around the place, but I don't think he needs to worry too much at the moment.
I wish my guys had tread lightly. That would be amazing.
He's going to fire a shot into this little lady that's over here. So he adds 2 red die to his shot, and he's got a white dice on his shoot, so let's see how he does. He gets 3 successes there.
Walker's defense would be a 1, not that it mattered.
That's all right. Blasts her prone. No headshots were rolled, so we don't need to worry about ammo. It just basically floors her with the shock of a bolt to the face. And we'll go on to the event phase. Event phase of turn 1 then, and you've not had anyone needing to push in anywhere.
I have really enjoyed this game so far. I think I mentioned it a few moments ago, but look at my side of the board here versus your side.
Well, you get the benefits of gory clothing anyway, so even if you do end within a kill zone, you don't care.
Yeah.
So we'll just go to an event card then.
Absolutely. So if you take from the top of the deck, we've got +1 to the threat and rouse lurkers.
Lovely.
Which could be quite devastating later on in the game, but for now it's not bad. On all quiet, shuffle any discarded lurker cards back into the supply deck. So we're absolutely fine.
Lovely. And we have definitely got combat because I've initiated about 1 million, so that'll take us up to threat level 3, still on all quiet. Right, we're going to try and get this triple combat done in one go. So Tara is facing off against 2 walkers. She is a white dice base. She gets a red for her hunting knife and adds another one because she's got the clear the way rule.
Here we go then. Walkers.
Or she gets 2, and then 2 blanks that was, but I do have the stab keyword, meaning I can re-roll dice.
You're going to need them.
She's got 3 with a headshot.
Hey, well there you go, I got 3 with a headshot as well.
So survivors win all draws.
Certainly do.
She doesn't kill any though.
You needed that re-roll there.
Yeah, she doesn't impress Negan, which is a little bit of an issue. Let's see if Negan can set the scene himself. He's got a blue dice on his melee with Lucille. He adds 2 white to the combat. I'm sure he can do more. He gets 4.
Yeah, Walker gets 1.
Yeah, no kill again though. I was bigging it up that we might actually be able to get some damage done, but that doesn't work out for him. And then we've got John. So John has a white dice on his melee. He gains a white dice because he's got tank, so if he's outnumbered in combat, he basically goes for it.
He's made for this game, you know.
He is. All of these should be impressing Negan, but they're not. So let's see how John does. He gets 2.
Oh, sorry.
Walkers get 1, so he
destroying the board.
is successful. This is it. We've got quite a condensed terrain board this time around. So he does manage to defeat them both and knock them prone, but he wins the outnumbered combat, so he does impress Negan, so he gets to add a red die to his card that he's able to use whenever he wants. And yeah, there's no melees for you to worry about.
Absolutely not, and you know, I'd like it to stay that way, to be honest.
So we'll check the prone walkers and we'll go to the end phase. End phase of the turn, and I've definitely floored some walkers there, but 2 got straight back up, which wasn't the best.
I've undone your hard work to an extent there, I think, Tom.
Yeah, I really need to actually thin out the walker numbers because I feel like the outnumbering is really going to add up very quickly.
As I get higher up the board as well, I'm going to take full advantage of this as well.
Yeah, the upside is I've got supply tokens that are nearer to me in terms of grabbing them, but I think it's still going to be that middle one is obviously going to be the thing that we need to look out for.
Well, that's made for B2V Negan as well, isn't it?
Definitely. So the initiative will pass to me for turn 2. So let's go to the first activation of turn 2, which will be the Saviours. Okay, Tara for me then, she's going to start off the turn. I think we're just going to search this while we can, while things are relatively quiet. So she's going to grab this supply token. She gets some football pads. That's not too bad at all. And yeah, I don't really like that rook. So she's going to, I think, just declare a sprint action. She's got all the room in the world. So I think she's going to sprint to this walker here.
Nice.
And that will just pull in the attention of this one. There's a very good chance of a 3-on-1 potentially ruining her day here. But have faith.
Okay, for my first activation of turn 2, I'm going to move this Whisperer to the Sickle guy. He's just going to perform a sneak action to there, and then we're going to draw from the supply. Oh, and we get a hunting knife.
Very nice.
I'm very pleased with that, to be fair. It's dual wield and sharp. Unfortunately, he's got a sickle, which isn't dual wield, actually. But still, it's a point, isn't it?
He can become hunting knife walker, Whisperer number 2.
He can, he certainly can.
Can upgrade his identity. Over to John then, he's going to continue our train just grabbing these supplies while we can. He's going to search this and hopefully not get a booby trap. What do you get? A tire. He's basically upgraded his crowbar.
Certainly has.
He just basically bends it round a little bit more. He's like, it's a tire iron now.
Very WYSIWYG.
Well, it's better. It gives him a white dice on his melee, so he's actually pretty tanky. And he's just going to, again, sprint to create noise. He's just going to run around to there, I think, and just pull in Mr. Red Shirt Walker. And I think that's probably the most sensible thing to do.
if this was a race for the centre of the board, I fear that you're winning here.
Okay, I've got 2 with all these walkers.
So, to my combat to this is what I'm going to do is...
Sound boring.
Yeah, basically, yes. So I'm going to activate Beta. I did check this off camera just that he can get his base into here with a sneak action. And then I'm going to send forth a Guardian, so to speak.
Very nice.
And we're going to move this blue walker shambling this way. It will hit the supply token, but the intention there is for it to grab a target in the event phase.
Lovely. Right, we're going to go with Dwight, and he's going to try and thin out your shield. I mean, we just measured if Negan could get to Beta, about an inch in it, so...
Definitely a turn 3 fight, that.
Yeah, clearly you don't want it yet. So Dwight is going to sneak up to here. He's got a clean line of sight to Beta. He's going to fire a shot, which is going to be his white dice and 2 red. Do you want to do anything?
Well, I'm going to make use of the one of the herd rule, which is excellent because when targeted by a ranged attack, I can choose a walker in my kill zone to take the shot instead. And I've got this very, very conveniently placed walker there.
Lovely. So I'll roll a shot at it. I get nothing.
I don't need a defence roll for that.
Plink does nothing at all, which means your bodyguards, they can't thin any walkers out at the moment. And that's Dwight order.
I'll now activate the Alpha, and Alpha is going to perform a sneak action to here, and then she's going to search the supply counter. So if I just take that off the board, first of all, and then draw from the top of the deck, I get an ammo reload.
Very nice.
Can't argue
She has
with
got a
ammo
shotgun.
reload. She does it. I mean, it's a rusty old sword off. It's not the best gun in the world, but now we've got ammunition for it.
It'll help. Over to Bossman Negan. Well, knowing Tara is going to have an outnumbered amount of walkers anyway, he is simply going to walk and pull this walker out of combat.
That makes sense, to be fair. You don't want 3v1.
Essentially, yeah, just to create a bit of separation, and we'll see what happens with your last one.
Okay, so my last activation for turn 2 is the second Whisperer 2, and it's just going to perform a sneak action, which takes it to here. I really did contemplate running, but I thought to myself, if I did actually successfully run to here, then I might potentially not benefit from the mass scent because it'd cause noise.
Yeah, you've got to roll the black dice, and if you fail, then they all pile into you with the kill zones.
I just didn't think it was worth the risk, to be honest.
Coward. Look at how many saviours have got walkers around.
You guys are built for this. Whisper number 2 is not built for this.
It's their job to hang out with walkers. You should be fine. Anyway, we'll go to the event phase. On to the event phase of turn 2, and yeah, nothing's piled into you. You're nice and chill still.
Yeah, but if we were playing for territory, you'd be winning here.
Definitely. So, event card then, mate.
If you take from the top of the deck, I get +1 to the threat, which takes us into low threat, and we're on drawn to chaos, which means that red dice walkers enter from each table edge.
Lovely. Do you want to roll for it?
Yeah, I'm hoping... Actually, I don't really mind.
I mean, a blank would be great here.
Get one.
Okay, we'll put those on, and we'll come back in a sec. He's not happy. He's not happy.
It's not that I'm not happy, but I need to clear that.
Do you want to point on where I placed the first walker?
He's placed it right here, next to my 2 Whispers that already had a bit of a tricky path.
In base contact, screw your mass sense. You're going to have some melee.
But, do you know, in fairness, this is the guy here that's, he's got the hunting knife as well.
He's hunting knife whisperer number 2.
Exactly.
He's named.
He is, he's named, so he's going to...
These are the other 3, they're not going to do anything for the game, basically.
That was a significant one.
Threat goes up to level 5, and we'll go and deal with the combat. Well, I'll go with the saviour combat first because obviously they're the heroes of the story. So, Negan, he's going to absolutely murder Prison Walker as much as it hurts me to say that a fellow prisoner will die. So he has got blue dice and 2 white on his melee with Lucille. He gets 3 with a headshot.
He's killed it.
Yeah, he murders it. And that will actually increase my... my morale for everybody else. Not the morality of Negan, but no, their nerve will go up because here's Negan. He just does the kills. Tara has got a white dice and 2 red.
He saved at Tara there because she would have been in a situation.
Have been particularly happy. She's got 2 so far, but she has got re-rolls. Go on.
Mm-hmm. The walkers get... Oh, you need them.
Oh, do I re-roll all of them? That's the question. So you've got 3 going through. Yeah. I'm going to re-roll 2 of these dice. I'll keep that red.
Yeah.
Come on. Oh,
dear, Tom.
Well, the football pads will reduce the damage by 1, but she is now bitten, sadly. So she is pushed back. Tara, you're not impressing Negan. And she'll take the bite, though, sadly. Because even though it reduces the damage, the
bite's going to
will still go through, won't it? And then we've got John. Poor John. John's got 2 white dice now, though, because he has got his tire iron, so that will help him a hell of a lot. I'm glad I got the football pads off Tara then. 2.
2, nice.
Over to you.
We get blank.
Nothing, so he just flattens it again. Not killed though. I feel like the saviours are just clearing the middle. Like that's the ground we're going to hold for this. And we'll go over to yours.
Right, this is my combat. Walker number 2 with the hunting knife. Here we go.
See if you can earn his stripes.
Yeah, he can. Well, he can't actually. Gets 1.
Walker gets nothing.
Knocks it prone. That'll do.
That'll do. Should we just push it in a southerly direction? Just
That benefits me. Because I want to go that way. So
I mean, if he stands back up, that'll be even better. But we'll see what happens. And at the end of turn 2, there's still a lot of walkers. There's a lot. These whispers have brought plenty. We're going to roll to see if Tara takes damage from her bite. She does. Yeah. That knocks her down to 3 health. I mean, she's got a first aid kit. She'll be alright.
She does, but she doesn't start on many health really, does she?
No, the saviors are a lot of 4 wound models. They're not particularly happy with it. She just needs to impress Negan. Negan's just like, what are you actually doing? She's
been close on a couple of occasions, but
this could be it. You've got the initiative going into this turn now, so what's the plan?
I'm not sure yet, but Alpha can cause carnage over here because she's got the gun and she can move as many walkers as she wants. Beta's very close to that counter as well. The 2 minions, I've not really got a plan for, I'm not going to lie.
They're just hanging out?
Yeah, basically, yeah, to look cool.
So we'll go to turn 3.
I've been plotting here, starting for turn 3.
Pre-measuring as
I really have been doing. I'm going to activate Alpha and I'm going along the philosophy of why would I do any fighting when the walkers can do the fighting?
Especially when I can't kill the walkers.
Exactly. So I've just checked this off camera. Alpha is going to perform a sneak action to here. And then she's got 2 walkers in the kill zone, so we'll use the Alpha special rule here to shamble 2 of them. Now, this walker here, the one with the green hat on, can get into base contact with Negan with its shamble, and I'm taking a big activation away from it there, which I'm quite pleased with. The other walk, however, can't actually reach there. It'll get there in the event phase, but for now, it's just going to drop short.
Very nice. Over to Dwight then, and we're going to test out your horrendous defensive stats now, because, the Whisperers needed blue dice on Defence Rule Committee, didn't they?
Hey, listen, Alpha's...
Was that pre you joining the Rules Committee?
that was pre.
Yeah, sure it was. So, Dwight is going to sneak to there, and he's just going to shoot down this line into Alpha. So, a white dice and 2 red. Let's see how it does with his crossbow. Oh, it's pathetic.
Unfortunately, I can't benefit from my camo paint here, which would have been dead handy if I could, but I don't need it anyway.
Because it's a blue dice.
Exactly.
Fair and balanced.
Okay, I'm going to activate Beta. I've just checked.
What's Beta's defence stats, mate?
Beta's defence stats are not bad, actually. They're not bad.
Tell you that.
They are 3 red dice.
Right. I mean, Negan's got blue dice on defence, so it's Tara. Like, I'm literally just talking out my backside.
Listen, I've got a very stacked commander team here of Alpha and Beta, and then the Whisperers, the actual Whisperers, are very weak defensively.
We were just saying Beta's going to do some shenanigans as well here, isn't he?
Yeah, of course he is. I'm playing this as it comes.
As a chess game?
As a chess game, exactly. Beta is going to sneak to here. That gets him within the kill zone here. He can only move 1 of them, which is a shame because I would have loved to have taken 2 activations off you. But I'm just going to take an activation off John. My thought there is John wants to be outnumbered, and I don't want to give you the opportunity to get him in that better position.
That makes a lot of sense. Right, so Tara's trying to think which way she's going to go. She's got a lot of walkers nearby. She is going to move into base contact with this supply token as well and engage that walker. I think that's a sensible course of action for her. So she'll have a fight with a walker, but hopefully she'll be able to kill 1. Who knows?
Yeah. Because I've been quite mean taking those activations off, so I've got 2 on the run here.
Look at you.
I know.
Enjoy them.
I will.
I mean, I would have only moved into melee, to be fair. You've literally just brought the melee to me.
I know, to be fair I have, but I'm going to go with Whisper number 2 here, who is going to move this walker at a shamble into the wrecked house, which is fine.
Basically.
Exactly. Well, that's the thing, isn't it? The house, obviously, is a lovely piece of terrain, but it's kind of in my way now. Now that I've got
the terrain is on my side. We've got these big bits of terrain that we need to manoeuvre out the way.
So I just need to get round the board now. So then I'm just going to perform a sneak action as the second action to here. And then for my last activation with the Sickle Whisperer, it's going to perform a sneak action just to follow his friend.
And then they've got 2 that they can kind of direct next turn.
Exactly.
Very nice. We'll go to the event phase. On to the event phase of turn 3 then, and we've had a few things moving. Dwight's got a walker and Negan's got an additional one to deal with.
To be fair, you want Negan fighting as many walkers as possible with the dicey rolls.
Yeah, and if he kills them as this threat tracker goes up, like I said, he just makes everyone high threat, so he kind of needs to, because we've got a lot of medium threats knocking around, medium nerves. Event card then, mate.
Yeah, take him from the top of the deck. Oh, we get Feeding Frenzy. That's going to suit me here, because we're going to roll a black dice for each survivor engaged in melee against one or more walkers. On a start, the model loses 1 health point. If there are no models in melee, add 1 to the threat, but there are, so we're rolling black dice.
Okay, so Negan doesn't take a wound.
Correct.
Tara doesn't take a wound.
Hey.
Dwight, of course he does.
I was
Dwight
gonna
takes
say,
a
you
wound.
couldn't get away with that one completely there.
So Dwight is down to 3, which isn't too bad at the moment. And we'll add 1 to the threat because there is going to be combat. So that takes us up to level 6, and we'll get on it. Right, it's just me playing the combat again.
It is.
Just I'll do this part of the game, shall I?
It's a solo game, The Walking Dead, though, isn't it, really?
So, Negan versus 2 walkers. He's got a white and 2 blue.
Wow. Is it worth me even rolling? Yeah, there you go.
Obliterates
Well
these
played,
2.
well
Everyone
played.
gets their nerve a little bit higher. That's what you need to do, Tara. See if you can follow on from that
That was
example.
impressive.
So, Tara is a white dice and 2 red against a singular walker. Come on, girl. 2 so far.
And a blank for me.
Right, do you know what then? I'm going to re-roll these 2 reds, see if she can get a kill.
No.
What is wrong with this?
I don't know, but Negan's doing his.
She's usually so good at the murder. So she'll just push that.
Nice.
And floor it. And then John is just 2 white dice because he's got his tire iron that he's upgraded versus a walker. We didn't actually roll black and white dice for John. Skipped him.
Of course, yeah.
He's fine. So that's okay.
Yeah, he's
Go on,
fine.
you go first, mate. Walker rolls 2 with a
wow.
bite. John gets 1, so he is bitten as well.
Ooh,
That's
nasty,
a pain
Tom.
in the neck, so he takes a wound. Oh no, do you know what? I've got my impress me. I'll have my impress me.
Of course.
Never mind.
Oh dear.
So he's down to 4 wounds and he is bitten. I feel like it's a battle of attrition here that
It
John
is
is
now.
getting knocked away. And then we've got the lovely Dwight. Dwight, I think, is just going to attack. I think 2 red dice
Yeah, don't blame you.
with a hunting knife.
Come on. Neck, flipping neck. What's going on for the
He's down to
Saviors?
2 health. That's not great, and he's pushed away there. Yeah, we've whittled a few wounds
I know,
there.
yeah.
Not the best.
And I've not done anything.
Come on, Saviours. So if the Saviours could take, like, the Nerf pillows off their weapons and get some kills, that'd be great. So Tara's going to test her bite. She takes another wound. That puts her down to 2. And we've now got John, who's bitten. He also takes a wound.
Tom.
He's down to 3. They are not doing well.
They're not.
These. I feel like I need to...
You need new dice, Tom.
You need new dice. That's the solution. But I do have priority going into
Yeah, you
turn
do.
4, so I'm pre-measuring everything Negan can get to basically here and how much damage he can do. But it'll be interesting.
Well,
to see.
Negan's been your MVP. The others haven't really done anything.
The others have not done much at all, so we'll have to have a think about how we're going to go about this. Beta being on that middle thing is also a pain in the neck because it means I can't search it.
Of course.
But we'll go to the first activation of turn 4, which will be the Saviours. So with the myriad of options that I had available, I was like, well, what do I actually do here? Do I go for Alpha? What do I do? Negan is just going to turn and be like, oi, Jolly Green, and just
This is what people have tuned into this video.
We knew it was
see.
going to happen. Like, this is exactly what's going to happen. He's just going to take that activation
Everyone
away
wants to see Beta v Negan here.
and do the murders, essentially. Go for the big play here, aren't you?
I am thinking of going for the big play.
Comes with a 50-50
It
dice
does
roll.
come with a 50 dice roll, but to be honest with you, even if I fail it, I've got a plan B anyway.
Plan Beta.
Honestly, do you know you've come
That's
up
when
with
you know you've not had human contact for a year when the jokes land and they're that bad.
I know, they really do. I'm going to activate the Alpha first of all, who's going to perform a sneak action, which takes her to here. Now, this is where the chance comes into it, because what I would like to do is fire the rusty old sawn off at Dwight. However, that is an action that will cause mayhem. Of course it will do. So that comes down to a 50-50 black dice roll. So if you make the roll...
So she would be successful, blank will be, she can't do it, she has to choose something else.
choose
to
a
do.
different action. The choosing a different action opposed to just failing is quite
It's
handy
really
here.
good, yeah.
Because what I can do instead will be to just move this one into Negan, which I'd be quite happy with as well. But it just probably won't be as effective. So let's see what happens. We can do it, Tom.
Yep,
we
that's
can
a
do
success. So you're going against Dwight's defence here.
Yep, I'm going against Dwight. So Alpha is, she's only base red, and the rusty old sawn off adds another red, but it's 2 red dice and the mayhem effect.
So if you roll there, mate, I'll roll here. So Dwight's got a white dice on his defence. You've
Just a
got 1 and Dwight gets a
no
1,
damage.
so nothing happens.
No damage. Obviously, the threat increases because of that, which takes us to threat level 7.
And we believe by our measuring you take all my activations
Yes,
away.
I am. That's it. I mean, you see, viewers might have thought, well, that wasn't that good. I've not done any damage, but what happens now was definitely worth it.
So we'll reposition the walkers and we'll cut back in a sec. And we've moved them all in, and yeah, they're all clambering at barricades here.
Yeah.
You've set yourself up. Presuming you can survive the combat and nothing disgusting happens.
Yeah.
You should be okay next turn, because then she's got an entire entourage of walkers to just command.
I think she will survive because she's got 5 health anyway, and she's got blue dice on her defence, so she should be fine.
So you've just got your 2 Whisperer number 2s to go, so let's go straight to them. Well, this is the game where I didn't activate any of my models, apparently. I'm glad I went so early to try and get stuck in.
Oh, I'm sorry about that, Tom. I'm going to activate Whisper number 2 with the knife, and as an action, we are going to move one of the walkers. I'm going to move... Let me just grab the 6-inch there. I'm going to move this walker here to create a path, and she's going to shamble into the car.
So she'll be engaging John, basically, at the end of this.
Yeah, possibly. I've not measured that, but quite likely. And then the second action is going to be a sneak action, which is going to take us just dropping short there. There we go. And then the other Whisper number 2, because Whisper number 2 come in pairs, is going to sneak right behind.
Glad they've decided to join the game now.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, they're still not actually quite in it. Maybe next turn, who knows?
There we go, they're just little buddies. They're like Dumb and Dumber, essentially.
They are.
Found their way. So we'll do some moving and piling in, and then we'll go to the event phase. So we're on to the event phase of turn 4. We're trying to get our heads around the wording of mass sent, aren't we? I mean, it makes no odds to Alpha. She's still got people who have piled in. We just weren't sure if it happened straight away or at the end of the turn.
I think we decided that maybe it should have happened straight away, but it doesn't matter, does it?
You being on the rules committee, you decide the rules. You choose.
I get to decide the rules in our games. That's brilliant.
I mean, it's how you're deciding who activates in this game. So
haven't I?
We've got an awful lot of piles, and John's outnumbered, which is not the worst thing in the world. This one's gone into beta, but actually will help beta annoyingly. 3 on Alpha, 1 on Dwight. So,
Super.
event card?
Yeah, we're getting frayed nerves this time. We're still in low threat, but there's no change on
Just
the
as
threat.
well we talked about Mass Send, because what does this one do?
Well, what it does here is 1 model with low nerve, and I have 2 of these, chosen by yourself, Tom, because you've got initiative, create noise, and if there are no eligible models, add 1 to the threat, but there are.
I'm going to choose this guy here, because there's Walker nearby.
Is that Sickle Walker
That
2?
is Sickle Walker 2. So do you want to roll a black and white dice to see if the Mass Scent comes into play? So a shield, your Mass Scent helps you.
Yeah.
Otherwise, bad news bears.
So he's basically freaked out a little bit. Maybe it's because he's just seen the carnage that's over here.
Does not, so that's going to add to a melee. That's interesting.
I'll be fine.
Feel good. And we'll add 1 to the threat because there is combat. Takes up to level 8, and we'll get into it. Well, I'm glad you've got dice rolling space. Where all these walkers used to be. So
I would have loved to have seen just what your guys have seen. Just seen walkers just hoarding towards them.
I am going to choose to do Alpha's combat first because I think that will be funny. Do you want to set a par score with her blue? Are you going to defend? Do you want to attack?
You say funny. No, I'm definitely defending. I am definitely defending. I mean, they're my guardians. I don't want to kill these walkers, do I?
This is a fair point.
The par score, I want a 3 on this dice.
Go for it. Roll with passion and punity.
I've got a 2. 2's
That's not
bad.
too bad. So Walker's got 1 for the first, 2 for the second, 3 for the third. How about you have a bite? That would be nice. I'm going to roll here, all right? See how we do. It's not bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No bite for you.
Yeah.
So 3 damage.
That's okay. We can live with that. That leaves her with 2 health remaining.
And that basically shimmies her. We'll just create an inch of separation there.
Super duper.
Let's go over to Negan and Beta then. So Negan's got Lucille, he has got a blue dice and 2 white versus Beta, who's got the most complicated setup in the world.
He has, because, it was already complicated, then I've just put more equipment cards on him as well. So Beta is base of 3 red, which is good for melee anyway. I've equipped him with the machete as well, which is adding white dice to the attack roll. It's also dual wield, so we equipped him with a kitchen knife, which is dual wield. But additionally, it is sharp, and of course, it means it can re-roll an additional dice, which stacks with the dual wield keyword.
But I don't have more wounds than him, so he doesn't get additional bonuses on top of that, because, an essay on a piece of paper.
That actually is an essay, isn't it?
Right, Negan, please roll a crit somewhere. Oh, he does not. So that's 4 so far. But you're adding the Walker dice to your dice.
I am. I'm going to roll Beta's first. So Beta.
Oh my god.
Wow. I don't need any of that extra stuff that we said. Then the Walkers is... Whoa!
That's ridiculous.
That's a lot
The
of
dice have made a lot of decisions today.
I've made a lot of decisions.
How much would that be, mate?
So that is... going through here, I've got a score of 2, 4, 6, 7, 8... versus your 4, so that's 4 damage going through.
Okay, I'm just going to casually use my leather jacket.
Oh, I hate you. I actually hate you because you knew you had that in your sleeve as well, and you've let me think so hard about that. Honestly, this is the first game back and I don't know how long. My brain shouldn't have to go through that maths if it doesn't need to.
Inch separate. I've just moved him aside because you basically pushed me away, so Negan goes through here, we'll say. Not enough to be engaged by that walker straight away. Dwight, nice and easy. Dwight versus a walker. Dwight's got 2 red dice in his melee.
Yeah, he does.
Versus the walker. 2 with the headshot, 2 with the headshot. So survivors win all draws. Come on, let me have my kill. Right. John, 3 white dice versus 2 walkers.
You should be fine there, I would have thought.
Famous last words there.
Right. You're definitely going to be fine there.
Yes, right. No kills though, but he impresses Negan. Because he has been successful there. And then we've just got little lady Tara to go. And Tara, for the love of God...
She's due a kill.
She's overdue a kill. She's overdue about 3 kills. So these 2 are prime. Tara then has got a white dice on her melee. She gets a red dice for her hunting knife. She gets an additional red dice to clear the way versus a singular walker.
Yeah.
Okay, currently not great.
You're going to need that reroll.
I'm going to need to reroll. I'm going to reroll all 3 because I feel like I absolutely need to reroll them. It's because you've taken my dice rolling space away. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, Tara. I know someone laughing doesn't make
so that's
videos, but
a point of damage. Luckily, the bite doesn't go through a second time. You can't crit. But if she takes bite damage, she will explode.
Yeah. Has she got one of your supply counters as well?
She has. The best walker killing model in the game. Apparently can't kill walkers.
Sometimes it's one of those days, isn't it?
We have got one of your dudes though. Come on, sickle boy.
Okay. So it's the sickle guy. The sickle guy is base white because he's walker number 2, and he's adding a red
because he's walker number 2.
No, that's actually the case.
He's base white because we numbered him number 2.
That's true. It is.
Right, 1 walker. Oh, for God's sake. Oh, dice. Knocks it prone.
That genuinely is why he has the white
Nice
dice.
to know, like, a year of sanctifying my hands to roll better has clearly not paid off. This amount of hand sanitizer we've had to use for a year, you think would have washed away my rubbish dice rolling. But
you would think.
We'll go to the end of the turn and we'll see what happens. Guess who just remembered they had football pads? Yay. Tara's still on 2 health. Good times, because she reduces melee damage by 1. All of the walkers stay down, weirdly. So I roll all blanks. So let's see if I can manage it with Tara.
It was so impressive.
So Tara's bites. Yeah, she takes the damage. Of course she does.
Back to 1.
John's bites. Hey, he's alright. So Tara is on a singular wound. She is not feeling
Life
good
is in the
about
balance.
life. And yeah, we're on to turn 5, which is going to be you leading the way. And Alpha has got all of the walkers.
She has. I really wished there'd been more walkers get up though, or any walkers get up.
So she just send everybody in.
That would have been amazing.
This is going to be really interesting now. We're not even into medium threat yet because there's no mayhem really.
No, the only mayhem's been me firing the sawn off.
Yeah, so your low threat models are actually relatively chill still.
But again, they've got walkers within the kill zone.
Yeah, which makes them calm. Yeah. So we'll go on to turn number 5.
So for my first activation of turn 5, I've got initiative. I'm going to activate Alpha, who is going to make use of the Alpha keyword, and she's going to send some walkers on the move again.
How many activations are you taking away from me this time?
Well, let's find out, shall we? Probably 3.
Probably 3, okay. 3
on this move, anyway. So the first walker that we're going to move is going to be this one, who's going to head through the gap and clip Negan. Then I'm going to go with this walker here that we've already pre-measured, who can get to Dwight. And then this one, I'm just going to send generically over there for later. You know, we like to save things for later. So that's one action. The second action for Alpha, again, I've just checked, that's within sneak range. She's going to sneak round and engage Tara. Will that be her death?
Probably.
I hope so.
Johnny Boy then, he's the only one who can go. He's just going to sprint to there.
Nice.
To engage this walker, and that'll pull this one in from the noise just to take Alpha's ability to have some bonus friends away.
I really wanted that as well.
But again, you've got 3 activations on the bounce now.
Thank you. Okay, so I have got 3 activations on the bounce, as you say, which is excellent for me. The first one I'm going to take is Beta. Now, Beta, I can't search that. I would really have liked to have got the 3rd supply counter, but I'm not prepared to leave my big guy just standing there doing nothing either.
It's a shame, that, isn't it?
It is a shame. It is a shame. So I'm going to come round and I'm going to help try and kill John, because I'd really like Beta to get rid of him.
Yeah, John's got a supply token on him as well, and he's bitten,
He
so
does.
he's marked for death.
Yeah, no, he really is. Now, the 2 Whisper number 2s really can't do anything because of the number of dead walkers. Not dead walkers, prone walkers.
I wish they were dead.
Yeah, well, in fairness, it would be better for me here if they were dead as opposed to just blocking things. So all it's going to be for these guys is a sneak action each just to get into a slightly better position for next turn, see if we can get them in the game then.
Lovely, let's go see what the events have in store for us. Okay. So, quick turns.
Yeah,
Thank you for making my editing easier. I appreciate that. Yeah. Event card then.
Yeah, so, there's a storm coming.
Oh, crap. That always bodes well. So,
that's actually hammering us because it takes us into medium.
yes, we're up to level 8, but because we're into medium, we draw 2 more cards.
Yeah, we do, which is why if we'd stayed in low, that would have been better for the effect.
So attention reaches fever pitch, add 1 to the threat level, and immediately draw 2 more event cards. So we go up to level 10, and the first one we draw is Pandemonium. Right.
I'm getting worried the game's going to end because I've not got enough supply
+1
counters.
threat takes us to 11 on medium. Each player rolls 2 blue dice and moves that many eligible walkers in the direction of their choice. Then blue dice worth walkers enter play.
Wow.
So do you want to roll 2 blue dice?
Yeah.
And then I will roll 2 blue dice. So you get to move 4 walkers. I get to move 5.
Wow.
And then do you want to roll another blue for how many walkers come into play?
Yeah. 1 more blue.
Just 1.
1.
1. Awesome. So we'll reposition. So, like, event cards just don't matter for your models. This is the thing with the Whisperers. Like, the gory clothing, I can't move things into base contact with you anyway, can I?
No.
So everything's just moved away, essentially.
Yeah, I mean, I've got an extra 1 in on Dwight, which I think could be quite significant.
Could be quite significant. So we're going to draw our next card, which is The Walking Dead. +2 to the threat, takes up to 13, so on the precipice of high threat. Medium, 2 blue dice worth of walkers enter play, and the same walkers then move towards the nearest survivor.
Lovely.
2 blue dice, mate. 3. So again, we'll reposition those and cut back. And again, you've had to think tactically. I just don't want them anywhere near you. So
yeah, I think the best positioned one I've done actually is probably the one here, which came on that board edge and has just shambled into the train, because if I don't kill Dwight here with these walkers, there's an extra one around him.
I think this is the most walkers we've ever had on the board.
It's a lot of walkers.
Especially for a 250 point game.
Yeah.
So that's everything done with The Walking Dead, and then we add +1 to the threat, so we're going into high threat now. We're on level 14, which is going to be very interesting next turn with panic.
Panicking.
I need Negan to kill someone because then he'll be okay. As for you,
Negan will kill someone. He's only got 1 walker engaged.
yeah, hopefully he'll be able to get a headshot on it. So let's go to the melee. On to melee, and this is going to be beastly. Let's go with the easy options. Negan versus a walker.
I'd love it if
Come on,
Walker did
Lucille, do
something.
the murders. Yeah, he...
Blank.
Right, that is good, because now all of my saviours treat their nerve as 1 higher next turn, which is good. So that's a kill. Tara versus Alpha.
Come on, Alpha.
Tara's got a white and a red for her hunting knife.
That is good going. Alpha's only base white, no melee weapon.
So
1.
I'm on 3 currently. How much health does she have left?
She only has 2 left.
I will absolutely take that.
Killed.
Did you have a supply token?
Sugar. I did. No.
Screw you. It's because that's the one walker. She thought she was a walker. She's like, I'll get this one.
Just remember, she is bitten, so she might go at the end of the
She
turn.
might,
Anyway.
and annoyingly, I've removed technically a Whisperer from play, but I don't get to impress Negan with that, sadly.
Oh, there you go.
That's interesting.
That's made me sad.
That's very interesting. So, John versus Beta then.
Beta's got that complicated set of stats. He's base red, then he's got his machete, which is adding a white dice, and then he's of course got the dual wield, and he's got the fact that he is sharp, and the fact that because he's got the kitchen knife, he can reroll 1 dice per melee, which stacks with dual wield.
John is outnumbered in combat, so he has a white dice, adds another white to his tire iron, and he's going to use his impress me dice from Negan. I'm going to have to just put my attacks onto Beta.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Because I feel there's no other point, really. I mean, I suppose I could attack the walkers, but no, I'll attack Beta. So, do you want to roll first?
Yeah, go for it. So,
Are you adding your walkers dice to this?
No, that's just Beta. So Beta
2?
is 2. However, because he's got the dual wield, he can re-roll the dice, and he's got the effect of the kitchen knife re-rolling another, so they're going to get re-rolled.
Yeah, that worked. And then you've got your walker dice, because technically he adds his dice to the walker outnumbering dice.
Yes, how many walkers in those?
2.
Oh,
So
excellent.
you've got 3 red dice here.
Much better. And they
They do well.
They do very well.
John.
You got a leather jacket on him per chance
I
like
do
last
not,
time.
sadly. John rolls a bucket of nothing. Do you want to total up yours then, mate?
Yep, so...
Because weirdly, how does this work? Because you are adding your dice to the walker outnumbering.
Yes,
So
we
do
are,
the
yeah.
crits count?
I think they will just cause damage and they won't cause bite. I wouldn't have thought.
Would it not be vice versa though?
Oh.
Because you're adding to the walker outnumbering roll.
Yes,
I mean,
yeah,
I
it
think
won't
you've probably
cause
got the
wound.
kill anyway. What's the difference
Let's have a
in
look.
the general damage? 3
2,
compared to your...
4, 6, 8, 9, 10.
That's enough to kill him anyway.
Yeah, it
but
doesn't
it's an
matter,
interesting thing that we
It
could
is.
discuss.
Does he have a supply counter?
He does. He will also explode.
That makes me slightly happy now after just losing the alpha.
So I'll create the separation, well, as far as I can, and then that will become... Basically, everything around Tara explodes into confetti.
Excellent.
Who do you want to do next? We've got Dwight.
Yeah, let's go for Dwight.
Right, so Dwight has got either 2 red or a white. I'm going to go with the 2 red for his, so he's going to attack back against his walkers. Go for it, mate. 3.
Not bad.
2, so I get 1 damage.
And the bite.
I think he's taken damage. Did he get shotgunned or something at some point?
Yeah, by alpha.
That's not good. I think
Or did that do any damage?
I
No, that didn't do
don't
any
know.
damage,
I don't know if he's taken wounds at some point. I don't know if I've just knocked it. We'll check in a second, but he's definitely bitten. So that'll be interesting.
Could be costly.
And then I think that's all the combat, isn't it? Lovely. Oh, well then, this is going to be interesting. I've completely lost track of how many wounds Dwight is on. I know he's not on enough to die from this bite. So let's see if he takes the bite damage. He's fine. Tara, more importantly, she's dead.
Wow. Yep, here you go.
There we go. Let's replace her with a prone walker. We replaced Alpha and John. Tara would also confetti explode to leave a token.
Excellent. Look at all those counters
There's a
there.
lot of counters there, isn't there? So I've basically got Negan and Dwight.
Excellent.
And you've got
I've
three
got
dudes still.
Yeah, 3 dudes.
But you're a little bit annoyed that these didn't stand up.
Yeah, I've got a bit of a situation here going into the next turn because they're not within the standing walker's kill zone and they only have low nerve, which means that they will panic in the next turn.
That's interesting. So actually we need to see how that's going to function. Lovely. So we'll go to the next turn, which will be Saviour's going first. Over to me, and now I have activations. I can't do anything with them because I literally can do no combination of getting hold of things. So I think I'm just going to start blasting. So Dwight is going to shoot his crossbow into this walker that's right in his face there. So 3 dice worth. 2.
Defense.
Right, he knocks it prone, that'll do. And then I think Dwight is casually just going to walk away because he doesn't particularly want to get munched this turn. So he's going to go and walk just by the car here, outside of any walker's kill zones. And
Sounds
that's
good.
him all done.
Okay, so for beta, I mean, all game, I've just literally said, let's let the walkers do the fighting.
Shepherd.
Exactly. Exactly. So he's going to send one of his lovely guardians into Negan.
The only one that's not prone.
Yeah, the only one. Do you know, it really is actually, if there wasn't so many prones, I would have found this even easier.
Yeah, definitely.
To be fair. And then my second action, just in case the game doesn't end this turn, is going to be to sneak to here so I can search it next turn and get the point for it.
Nice. On to the panic, boys.
Indeed, because they're not standing, so we do panic actually. So I'm going to activate first of all the Sickle Walker number 2 because he's the one that has the supply counter.
Yeah, what's he going to do?
Let's see. Oh, he's going to flee, which is an issue for us.
Yeah,
So
we've
he's got to
pre-discussed this. Like, he's going to go this way, essentially. So he goes his full distance.
He goes, yeah.
8 inches. Do you know what? He gets into a kill zone of an enemy.
Well.
So I don't think he minds too much, but just to show you there's a walker just there.
Well, he has caused noise, so that means that may walk into him depending on the result of the black dice.
Ah, that's a good point, yeah.
So,
it will walk into him.
walk into him indeed.
So I'll put them just next to each other here.
Excellent. And then I've got the other walker number 2, who we're going to, again...
Whisperer.
What did I say? Walker. To be fair, they look very similar, don't they? And he is going to...
It's a single action.
Yeah. Now, what I want to do here, because if the game doesn't end this turn, I'll want him in the mix things, so I'm just going to actually engage the prone walker because I'd like to be able to actually get through here.
That makes a lot of sense. So we'll go see what the event cards give us as we go to the end of the turn. Okay, things are looking really dicey at this stage. So, Negan's got 2 walkers to keep him warm and cosy at night. And, you've got the one that's by the trains. So
that one makes me slightly nervous, but we'll see what happens.
So we're on the edge of high threat at the moment, on 14. So, event card?
Yeah, we're on Rumors, which doesn't actually do anything to the threat. And it says each player rolls 2 blue dice worth of 2 blue dice and moves that many eligible walkers in a direction of their choice, and then blue dice walkers enter play.
So I roll 3.
Excellent, you're going to be moving 3. I'm moving... I'm moving 4.
And then a walker enters play.
Excellent.
So we'll move those now. And we've shuffled things in. It doesn't really make much of a difference with mass sent, to be honest.
No, it doesn't. I mean, the walker that caused the noise, that could have been an issue, but...
The whisperer that's in the corner here.
Why do I keep calling them walkers? They look like
They're the
walkers.
same.
But luckily, he's okay anyway.
If anything, it helps you having them in your kill zone. It means you don't panic.
It will do next turn, definitely.
So, threat's gone up to level 15, and we'll go to the melee phase. The melee phase, then. Negan, if you could kill these 2 walkers, that would be great, because panicking Dwight is not a good Dwight.
No, it's not a good Dwight.
So, Lucille, come on. Oh,
that's pretty good.
Done the murders.
Yeah, unless I'd got an amazing roll.
Well, I'm going to add my white dice just to see if I get another kill, because Lucille, if you get a crit, you immediately get another white, just to see if we get another crit to kill it. Yay, we do. So, both of those walkers are removed, and
Does that mean for the end could actually be the Negan Beta showdown that we've all turned up for?
Be, but Beta wussed out last time. You used someone else, and that's why I wussed out my leather jacket. Let's be honest. Dwight is against the walker just here, so he's going to use his 2 red dice against the walker.
Single walker dice is 1.
2. So Dwight is successful, knocks it prone. We've got any prone tokens. We've actually got some prone tokens just over there.
There we go.
And
We've
then
used a lot of the prone
we
tokens
have. There's
now.
so many that are flawed. And then we'll reframe for the other 2 combats for the Whisperers. Whisperer combat then. We've got a 1-on-1 fight versus Sickle Whisperer here.
Yes, Sickle Whisperer with the supply token.
Walker gets a 1.
Oops, sorry. Hey,
He murders
there we go.
it.
Kills
and
the
then
Guardian.
you're against a flawed Walker.
Yes, I am. I just need to beat it. With it being...
Can it defend?
Yeah.
Presume it's got red dice. Gets a 1.
And we kill it because we've beaten
instant
it.
death because you've beaten it. That's the most walkers that have been felled in any turn.
It is actually. It's because I've helped you out.
Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. It's because Tara's not on the field anymore. Nudge like every token. They're trying to do these rolls. There's so many prone. They all stood up basically is what happened. So let's see if Dwight survives his bite for another turn. He doesn't care. He's all right. He's happy. I mean, the sad thing is I don't have initiative here, which is going to be...
I think initiative will help me massively.
Problematic here. Any thoughts for you?
I'm going to think about it off camera in a moment.
So we'll go to the Whisperers to start off the next turn.
Okay, and here we are. I'm going to activate Beta, first of all.
You don't want me to have any activations here, do you?
No. I'm so sorry, but I don't. It's just been the theme of the game, hasn't it?
Really.
So I'm going to activate Beta, and the first action is going to be searching that supply counter, because at the minute I have one, you have none. I just want to make sure that I have a bit of an insurance policy, basically. Nice. So I'm going to search here, so I'll move that first of all. So that's Beta's first one. And if I take a supply card, we're getting ammo reload, which is
for his
good.
machetes.
Yeah, for his machetes. But still, it's better than it being a booby trap.
It is better than a booby trap. We know we don't have to worry about the supply deck anymore now. It's just a case of grabbing stuff.
Yeah, basically, yes. Now, the obvious thing to do would be to charge Negan. Okay, that would be the obvious thing to do.
You're a coward, so you get someone else to do it for you.
No, Tom.
Redneck Walker's going to do it for you.
Yeah, basically. So we measured off camera. This is within the kill zone of Beta. So this is now going to come around here and engage the boss.
Thank you for that. Dwighty boy then, he's not long for this world. He's going to turn and he's going to fire a crossbow bolt at Sickle Walker Man.
It's fair enough, yeah, that's fair enough. He's only a red defence.
Okay, so I've got a white and 2 red. Sure you don't want someone else to take the hit for you?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do, because they're within the kill zone. Hey, look at that, look at that.
Gentlemanliness.
Look at that.
I mean, you don't deserve it after all the activations you've taken away. Which Walker would you like to take the hit?
The one
they have to be a legal target, so that one then,
Yeah, that's fine.
Dwight executes it.
He does as well, you know. I'm not even wrong.
No, that's fine. I'll check my ammo though, which might be of benefit to you.
Do you know, isn't that that's a good job those walkers were there, you know?
It's fine. It's reliable anyway, and then Dwight is simply going to get stuck right into this guy.
Go on.
Barrel in. It would create noise, which would normally be to my benefit, but Whisperers.
Yeah, super duper, no problem.
Okay, last walker guy. He's not going to panic because there is now a standing walker hanging out in his kill zone.
Yeah, that's to my benefit massively, actually. So Whisper number 2 and the second one of that is going to perform a sneak action to here, and he's just going to collect the supply counter.
Lovely, and that'll bring us to the end of the turn. And yeah, Negan's got many people to worry about here.
He has not added up the dice yet.
He's going to need to roll a lot of headshots to get a chain reaction off, I think, here.
Yeah, he is.
So, event card, mate.
Yes, we get Won't Stay Down, which for high threat is 2 blue dice walkers, and to play, all prone walkers immediately stand up.
Do you want to roll the 2 blue dice?
I certainly do.
Player with initiative?
I certainly do. I get 3, which is excellent.
Lovely, so we'll enter those and we'll get the walkers stood up. And we've just put some on the board edge just to casually hang out and be... Sickle Walker has got his own like harem now. He's got a proper entourage of them.
Yes.
So yeah, melee means the threat will go up by 1, so we're up to 16, edging towards the end of the game. But I feel like Negan might just die here. I think if Negan dies, I'll happily just concede. I think. So we'll go to the melee phase and see how they do. Right, we're going to start with Negan because I think this will just define the game here, essentially. So he's got Lucille. He's against a bucket of walker dice.
Yes.
I mean, you know, good luck rolling that with these
I'm going to have to
walkers.
find the space.
Right, Negan, do well.
We did do okay.
I mean, off camera, luckily that is, we get another dice like it's added. I mean, if you can keep chaining crits.
You do need a chain reaction.
No, 4.
Oh well.
4.
That's life. I'm going to move the help car.
Yeah.
Just to
the help car.
Yeah.
I
I like the help car. It's very thematic. It's not amazing.
I mean, I think it's probably enough.
I mean, it's good, but it's not amazing.
Take 4 away from your total.
Take 4 away from the total, so that's those then. Then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Conveniently, that is more than his.
No, it's not at 6. So.
Conveniently, that's his full wound total. So I'm just going to casually say good game, sir.
Thanks, Tom.
Well done, and yeah, the Whisperers.
What a debut for the Whisperers.
What a debut, and we'll go to the post-match summary. They're a bit good, the Whisperers.
They are.
They're a little bit good.
Yeah, and that what a game that was.
That was so good. Like you controlled that battlefield. And how many walkers were out? Like turn 4, there was like a gazillion.
There was so many walkers, but I had virtually all of them at my disposal. I started the game quite slow actually, because I think I said probably on one of the end of turn, maybe at the end of turn 1 or the end of turn. So I think I said, Tom, if we were playing for territory, you've won.
I barreled in, yeah.
But just the fact I took that slower approach with them, I think was brilliant, to be honest. Because then by the time I did get to the centre of the board, it was like Alpha was like, you move over there, Beta's moving people.
It's the fact that like the great like game changer of this, which is the event cards, actually benefit the Whisperers, because if you're sending walkers towards them, they're like, well, great, next turn I'm going to send them straight in to take how many activations you took away will be interesting.
Yeah, do you know, we should go through and count up how many activations
do not give me editing to do.
but it's true, because I think I probably had double the number.
Yeah, I've done like 9 turns. I think some models did not activate like 3 turns. Tara, who had a first aid kit, who could have healed herself, didn't activate like 3 turns in a row.
Yeah, she didn't have the chance to.
They're crazy good. Any highlights for you?
I really enjoyed all of them, to be honest. I'd have liked to have got the unnamed minions in there a little bit more, but then again, they did get the supply counter and they kept me in the game for quite a while of it.
Well, the one thing we said afterwards is obviously we've not got Lydia, we've not got the Flaming Archers in
which
there.
Which will put yet another dynamic onto this crew.
Exactly. I'm kind of glad they're not in the campaign, the Whisperers,
yes, of
because
course,
I feel like that might sway things a little bit.
Maybe the next one if we do another one. Who knows?
No, they're done. I'm using them from now on. No one else can use the Whisperers, but that's the fair game. Saviours did what Saviours do. Apart from Tara, I wish Tara would have got a kill earlier, because if she impresses, she's just a murder train.
I think if Tara starts the game better, I've got to be more cautious.
If she's got a red die in the bank, she's murdering everything she touches. But Negan doing Negan things, because
Negan played well.
Does.
He did.
But no, I think it'd be nice to try and see how Sherry does, and you know. I always kind of want to get Laura out, but I feel like she's just a mayhem machine. Because we play Wizzywig, so she's always got a rifle.
If she's causing mayhem with that many walkers on the board,
she's dead straight away. Because she's got like 4 wounds or something ridiculous. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this, guys. We're going to continue to mess around with some custom scenarios and stuff to kind of get back into playing the game before we go back to doing something a little bit more structured. But it's just been lovely. It's nice to actually play a physical game.
It has. It's been
in front of camera.
I know.
Forget how to record.
We have missed
knock every token, every pit, lose track of our wounds. But hopefully it's been fun to watch, and we'll see you again in the next one. Thank you. Hi guys, thank you very much for watching our content. It means the world to us. If you'd like to see some more videos, they should be over here. And if you'd like to support our channel, keep these lights on. You can find links to our Patreon and merchandise in the description below. See you later.